Alright, it is FrOzenSwipe here, and I've got a game of Domination on the map Jungle for you. And I'm using the Spectre in this game actually. This is quite an underrated SMG. It's actually quite a beastly little SMG, but a lot of people tend to overlook a lot of the guns in the SMG category purely, well, I say a lot of, really they just see the 74U, usually with rapid fire, that's all you generally tend to see, and maybe the MP5, you see people running that as well. But after that, they don't really bother with the other SMGs. And, you know, while there are some really, really shitty SMGs in there, like the PM63 or the 69, I can't remember which number it is. Do not crucify me in the comments if I got that wrong. And the Uzi, oh good lord, the Uzi was terrible in this game. I don't even know why they bothered putting it in there at all. But there are some good guns in here, like the Spectre, the MPL. The Mach 11 also was pretty good. You do burn through a lot of ammo with that gun. The Scorpion, if you can use it akimbo and run around with it, akimbo drifter style, then you can do pretty decently with that. But I think I've gone on a bit of a tangent here. But anyway, use some of the SMGs in Black Ops. They're actually pretty decent. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I actually wanted to get onto Black Ops 2. I really didn't expect to go off topic so quickly before it even introduced the topic. That is quite impressive. But I figured that seeing as we are playing Black Ops in this gameplay, might as well talk about the upcoming Black Ops 2, which is coming out in less than a week now. And to be honest, I am really stoked for this game. There are a lot of things that I feel Treyarch are definitely going to do right. And I really do hope that this game becomes the Call of Duty game. It really brings life back into the franchise, and it doesn't just become another Call of Duty game. But to be honest, I'm actually more excited for this game than I was for Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 I just kind of felt was going to be a fix or a patch to Modern Warfare 2, and you know, well, it did pleasantly surprise me with some of the features. To be honest, it didn't really do it. I mean, I played this game, I never really stopped playing it, and I definitely got my money's worth, but I think I'm ready to move on to Black Ops 2, to be honest. And even if I was to get tired of Black Ops 2, I'd probably go back to Black Ops as opposed to Modern Warfare 3. Like, Modern Warfare 3 had its good times, but I think I'm ready to move on to Black Ops 2. To be honest, I feel that COD has definitely lost its popularity. I remember back in when Modern Warfare 2 first came out, like, everyone was talking about Call of Duty. Like, it was socially acceptable to talk about a video game, which is incredibly rare. Like, usually when people do that, they're considered to be nerdy or, you know, dorky or whatever. And to be honest, like, I can fucking talk, because, you know, I am nerd and proud. But like, everyone was talking about it. And, you know, there was no stigma or anything attached to it. It became like the cool game to play. If you were playing any video game, you were playing Modern Warfare 2. I remember that. And, you know, they had all this hype around Modern Warfare 2. Everyone was playing it. I mean, people were even, like, casually bragging about getting nukes and stuff. And you did kind of see that start to decline as Modern Warfare 2 went on. And it kind of petered out a little bit by the end of Modern Warfare 2. It picked up again for Black Ops though, I did notice, but it really did die out maybe a couple months in the Black Ops. People just kind of stopped playing Call of Duty, and it no longer really became socially acceptable to talk about Call of Duty, like, in public. Like, it never, I don't know, it really, popularity for the COD franchise really did just die out at that point, and Modern Warfare 3 really didn't do anything to bring it back. And I really do hope that Black Ops 2 is that game that makes Call of Duty socially acceptable again. It makes it that game that everyone is playing, and, you know, if Treyarch does this right, then hopefully it will be. You never know. Maybe it's gone too far. Maybe they, you know, no matter how good of a game they come out now, people are just kind of tired of tired of Call of Duty in general, and people are more likely to just talk about FIFA or whatever, because that seems to be the popular game that everyone's talking about now. Used to be Call of Duty, now it's FIFA, but hopefully Black Ops 2 is able to change that. I'm really excited for the new features that they bring to the game. Like, score streaks, I think, is a great idea. For those of you who don't know, instead of getting rewarded for getting kills, like, you know, you get, say, 7 kills and you get a helicopter, it's no longer like that. You get, everything you do in the game gets you points, which add up to your score, and then once you reach a certain score, then you are rewarded. You get points for killing people, but you also get points for capturing objectives, for killing people near objectives, for defending objectives, for attacking objectives. Say for example, if you're the flag carrier in Capture the Flag, you get more points for killing someone when you have the flag than if you don't. And what this should mean is that you'll get more people focusing on the objective in objective-based games. More people will actually be trying to play the objective, and objective-based games will play the way that they were intended, as opposed to everyone running around and trying to kill each other and not really giving a fuck about the objective. So I really do hope that this incentivizes people to go out and play the objective, because if you want to just run around and slay all game, it's going to take you a lot longer. Like, it's going to take you maybe twice as many kills to get to whatever score streak you have than it would if you were to jump on some flags and, you know, kill people near objectives and things like that, and actually play the game the way it's intended. So, you know, hopefully that will incentivize people and will make objective-based games a lot more fun to play. The other thing that I'm actually really interested in is the new Pick 10 system. And, you know, we've had Creat-a-Class since Call of Duty 4, and while it has evolved and changed throughout the different Call of Duty games, it has never gone through a transformation like it will in Black Ops 2. For those of you who don't know, the Pick 10 Creat-a-Class system essentially allows you to pick any 10 items from the Creat-a-Class. You're nowhere near as restricted as you once were. By items, of course, I mean your primary weapon, say for example, is worth a point. Any attachment you put on that, they're each worth a point. Each perk is worth a point. Each tactical grenade or each lethal grenade is worth a point. Your secondary is worth a point. And really, you can literally, if you don't want to, you can decide to go without your secondary weapon, or you can go without a second or third perk or something. You can leave out parts of the Creat-a-Class section that you don't want to use. You don't have to use any part of it that you don't want to, and you can use the point that you've saved there and use it on something else. And then you also have wildcards, which allow you to completely bend the rules a little bit. You do have to pay a point in order to use these wildcards, so you can bend the rules but at a cost. Like, if you want 2 perks from the same category, you can do that, but you're going to need to spend a point on a wildcard in order to do that. Like, you can have 6 perks at one time, but if you do that, that's going to cost 9 points, because obviously it's a point for each of the perks, and then because you're using 2 perks in the same tier, you have to do a wild card for each of the tiers, so it's going to cost you 9 points. So you're only get it, so you can have like maybe a primary and that would be it. Like, if you don't have any primary weapon or any secondary weapon, you can literally just run around with a knife and that'll be it. So, you know, for any of you knifers out there, you can just give yourself all of the perks and you know, maybe equipment or whatever. You can use like one primary weapon or something, and you can run around with just your knife or whatever. So obviously that's pretty cool. It doesn't restrict you as much as the Creat-a-Class system did in previous Call of Duty games, and I'm really excited to see what people come up with and the different Creat-a-Classes and custom loadouts that people come up with. So that's good. The only thing is, though, I am kind of afraid if there is any one particular loadout that people can use that will completely dominate all others, kind of like One-Man Army Danger Close Noob Tubes in Modern Warfare 2, which just absolutely wrecked the game. But hopefully Treyarch have done their homework and they've looked at all the different possibilities and have balanced them out accordingly, and that there isn't any one like super overpowered setup that people can use that will just completely ruin the game. But then again, I haven't seen it, I haven't seen everything, and I definitely haven't experimented and tried out everything, so I can't definitively say until we get the game and have it in our hands for ourselves. The other thing I'm looking forward to is the fact that Treyarch are obviously producing this game, but they should also be supporting it, and they did a really good job in Black Ops. Like, they listened to the community, they fixed the snipers, and you know, they unnerfed the snipers as the community told them to, and they also listened to the community in other ways as well. Like, they eventually nerfed the FAMAS. It did take them long enough, but they did eventually do it. And they were fixing loads of problems in each of these updates before they even became widespread problems that people knew about and things that people could exploit. So obviously they did a great job there, and there's no reason to believe why they wouldn't do a good job with Black Ops 2. Also, I'm really looking forward to the new League Play feature. For those of you who don't know, League Play essentially pairs you up with people who are of your same skill level, and people are divided into different leagues. I think there's either 6 or 7, don't quote me on that. I probably should have done a bit more research on this, but as you have 6 or 7 leagues, people are divided up into that accordingly based on their skill level, and it basically means that, you know, if you're a bad player, instead of going into the public matchmaking and getting your ass kicked by most people who are generally better than you, you can go into League Play and you can play against people who are at the same level as you. You'll probably be in one of the bottom leagues, so, you know, you won't be getting trounced every other game, and that's a way for you to have fun. But also for the people who are really good at the game, If you really want a challenge, you can go into league play and step up and see if you can hold your own against people who are at the same skill level as you, as opposed to going into a public match and just trouncing everyone you come into contact with. So, and obviously trying to get into the first or the highest league division or whatever it is will definitely hold a huge amount of prestige. It'll no longer be, hopefully anyway, it'll no longer be like, oh, I have a 2 or 3 kill death. It'll be like, I'm in the top league. You know, that's the thing that people will brag about, hopefully, because I really do hope that this feature takes off and that it doesn't just get completely forgotten and everyone just goes into public matchmaking and completely forgets about it, because obviously that would be a shame. I really do like this concept. And also with league play, people are going to try and get better and advance themselves and make themselves better Call of Duty players, so I feel that there will be more of a demand for tips and tricks videos, a demand which I hopefully intend to supply. And as a result of this, I hope to make tips and tricks videos for Black Ops 2 and hopefully get more of an audience in here, which would be great. Like when Black Ops 2 first comes out, I'm going to start off with really simple basic tips and tricks for people who've never really played Call of Duty and, you know, just want to get better at the game. But then I'm going to go into more advanced stuff, things like spatial awareness, you know, sniping tips, things you can do in 1v1 gunfights in order to give yourself that little bit of advantage and hopefully, you know, pull yourself up on top. And the other thing that I'm hoping to do with regards to league play in terms of videos is I also hope to do a live com series like Road to League 1 or Division 1 or whatever they decide to call it, where I do a series of live comms. If I'm playing with people, I'll hopefully record the party chat and you can hear us talking and communicating. I'm going to put up games that are really close, intense games where we don't really know which way it's going to go, if we're going to win or if we're going to lose. Really tight games like that. So hopefully that will be entertaining and that'll be something, you know, to watch, and hopefully do eventually make it into the top league. That would be pretty cool. The other thing that I'm actually really looking forward, combat training is back. I'm not going to say too much on this because I think I've really gone over time already, but combat training is back, and I really did like combat training because it allowed people who weren't good at the game to practice and, you know, get better at it that way. But I also like to use it myself before doing a session. It allowed me to you know, just get my shot in, to warm up, to not go into the first game cold, which is something I really did like. Now on a more serious note, like, all these features are great and these are the things that will make the game unique and really set it apart from the other Call of Duty games. However, if they do not get this one aspect right, then it'll probably all be in vain, which, you know, will be really disappointing. They seriously need to take lag compensation into consideration. Lag compensation, I felt, has been the things that have really really degraded Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3. There are things that a lot of it's the thing that everyone seems to complain about those games, and it only really became prevalent in Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3. So hopefully they manage to find a way to make it so that it is not an issue for Black Ops 2. And if they do, fair play to Treyarch. You know, we will have probably one of the best Call of Duty games if they manage to get the lag compensation down to the point where no one can really complain about it. But if not, if, you know, it becomes laggy and terrible and you start shooting at people and people are shooting you around corners forever, and you're shooting at people and nothing happens and they kill you instantly and things like that, you know, all that bullshit, a lot of that we've seen in Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops, then unfortunately it's just going to become another Call of Duty game. Black Ops 2 is really just going to become another Call of Duty game, and a lot of people are going to write it off, which, you know, is definitely not a good thing, which would definitely be disappointing. You know, it'd definitely be a shame. But on a less serious note though, to be honest, in my opinion anyway, it really doesn't matter if the multiplayer turns out to be complete and utter shit. With the improvements that they've made to the campaign, like the branchable storyline and Strike Force missions, that's going to give you a lot more replay value with the campaign. I've already done a video on this, which I'll probably have an annotation up there you can go and see if you want to get more information on that. So they're really branching out in the campaign, they're really expanding on that, so hopefully that'll add more replay value to that, and, you know, it won't just be the straightforward 5-hour campaign that we're used to, and that you'll actually have more of an incentive to go back and play it and get more time out of that. But also all the new features that they're adding to the zombies looks awesome. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into that, pardon the pun. But all the new features they're bringing into zombies and the campaign, to be honest, between the zombies and the campaign, I think you're going to get your $60 worth. And, you know, even if the multiplayer turns out to be completely another shite, at least it's still there that you can play when you get bored. So I think either way, Black Ops would probably be worth a purchase. But Then again, I do not have the game in my hands. I don't know how it's going to play out, and I really can't make a definitive judgment call until I have the game in my hands, until I can actually play it. But from what I've seen, hopefully Black Ops 2 won't be just another Call of Duty game. Hopefully it will be the Call of Duty game that we've all been looking forward to. We can't say for definite now, but I really do hope that it is. So that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. I think I've really gone over time here, but I want to know what you guys think of Black Ops. Will you guys be getting it? Are you psyched for it? Is there anything in particular that you're really looking forward to? And what do you think Treyarch really needs to nail in order to make this a damn good Call of Duty game? But anyway, this has been FrOzenSwipe. I hope you have enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching.